All right, Coach. Just over the last 2 weeks, what have you guys had that's been missing to lead to these wins? Both one's close, and then one is finally a comfortable blowout.
I think we've just, I think a couple things have happened. We've played a little bit better and more consistently, which obviously we've been searching for that a little bit for a while. But I think some of our guys have figured out some of the things we've been teaching all year. We're more comfortable in our base stuff. I think Kobe Jackson's really stepped up. That's been a big part of it. Steph Manzi's been playing a lot better, and that's been part of it as well. And then this past weekend, we really rebounded the basketball. That makes a big difference. Our forwards that play, Sam and Cody and Trevor and Steph, those four guys had as many rebounds as the two teams that we played combined. So when you can get that from your forwards, it's going to give you a great opportunity, to limit them to one shot, but also for us to get multiple shots. So I thought that was a big key over the weekend. It was our ability to rebound the basketball, and everybody did a nice job with those four guys were just awesome on the glass for us. And hopefully that can continue. I thought they were as aggressive as they've been all year, really the last 3 games from our front court, and that's made a big difference too. So a lot of good things, a lot of steps forward, and a lot of contributions from a lot of different guys. So lots of things that we've been able to be happy about and watch on film and kind of, as we break things down a few more of the last, in these 3 games, in this 3-game winning streak, a lot more positive things to learn from and say, hey, keep doing that. Certainly some things we can still improve, but it's a lot more fun to see those things on tape and say, all right, keep doing that because we love the way you're playing.
You get some close games all year long, and get these 3 in a row here. These kind of games that I'd say get you over the hump. I know you got quite a ways to go, but
yeah, I think it gives you confidence. You hate to, one game doesn't really have any bearing on the next game. You've got to continue to. Just because we won a couple doesn't mean Friday night's going to be easy by any means, but it can give you a little confidence. And sometimes, we dropped a few of those close ones. We won a few early, and then we dropped a few there in the middle. And I think it just, getting over the hump on one and 2 weekends ago winning a close one kind of gets that confidence back, and there is a little bit of momentum that goes into basketball, and sometimes feeling good about yourself can carry over. So you hope your guys are doing all the little things that they can to build their own confidence and own their own confidence and control control themselves and their thought process. But it certainly doesn't hurt to win one of those close ones. And there has been a little bit more bounce in the step, after we won 2 weekends ago and carrying that over to this weekend. So, kind of this time of year in the dog days of the season, it's big to, not every day is going to be the most fun, unfortunately. But if you can get your guys understanding that you can have fun at practice, but you can also see some days you have to grind through and understand that, hey, what we do today is going to pay off tomorrow, and it might not be fun, but it could be rewarding down the stretch to keep getting better. That's the battle right now at this time of year, and our guys have been doing a really good job of our preparation from Monday through our shoot around on game days has been so much better. And I think some of the newcomers or younger guys have been saying, oh, that's kind of what coach or the older guys have been talking about, how do you prepare and how to do the little things. Because, as you guys know, and as coaches love to say, those little things add up and are big things. So and I think a lot of that preparation stuff has been better as well for us. So another chance to continue that this week and keep trying to keep the winning streak flowing.
Early on in the season, it was kind of just Kyle and Max, and you mentioned especially the last 4 or 5 games, you really had other guys step up.
Well, it's huge for us to have balanced scoring, and a big part of that is our ability to move the ball has gotten a little bit better. Some of that, we've talked about that a lot all year with our team. Some of that is the guy with the basketball making better decisions, but a lot of that is the guys that are off the basketball, those other 4 guys getting to the right spot on time so the ball can keep moving and help the ball to keep moving. And our spacing offensively has been a lot better as well, especially this past weekend. We did a nice job of that and executing and understanding that, as I said, understanding that 2 or 3 feet or a split second is a big difference between being open or not open. So our guys are figuring that out and realizing, oh, that does work, and everybody likes to have open shots and help each other get open shots, and we've done a good job of that. So it's also allowed Max and Kyle to move the ball a little bit more, and those other guys have made shots, and then the confidence just grows for everybody. Um, Everybody wants to make the extra pass because multiple guys are knocking down jump shots or cutting, and that ball movement is contagious as well. So that's been really good. I think it's been really the last 3 weeks we've been seeing it picking up in practice, and then the last 2 weekends it's really paid off in the games. So just continuing to try to emphasize that and trust each other and continue to make the right play. And I think we've been doing that a lot better here, especially the last 4 games.
How much of that just comes from the forwards being a little bit more aggressive?
It does come from that, it just even being aggressive to get spaced out to where they're supposed to be, and be aggressive in your cut to clear a driving lane and get back spaced out to catch and shoot, or to be aggressive inside so we can make some post feeds. I think that's really helped with our ball movement as well, and kind of even just the confidence of the guy with the basketball. If you see a guy sprinting to a spot, or you see a guy posting up hard and calling for the basketball, you want to give it to him. You want to reward him, and you feel you have a little bit of confidence too that, hey, this guy wants the ball, and he's going to do something good with it. So I just think that play of our forwards the last especially this weekend, but really the last 3 games has been so much better than it has been all year, and you can see their confidence rising a little bit. And just kind of their competitiveness with each other. They've got a little contest to see who can get the most rebounds between those 4, and just kind of pushing each other the way that you like to see as a coach. So really proud of those 4 guys, and I think it's kind of just really encourage them for the rest of the year and energize them to say, hey, we can push each other, and we can build up front too. So excited to see how much better those guys can keep getting, for sure.
Do you have some sort of goal with seeding, getting to the Pentagon? I know Crookston, Marion, Bemidji are all kind of still within reach.
Yeah, it's funny because I say it every time, but I have no idea. I don't look even, and I know it sounds like coach talk, but wherever we sit doesn't really, or wherever the team we play sit, doesn't really matter on Friday or Saturday night. You just got to win, and all that matters right now is winning as many games as we can and getting as much better as we can. And really that last weekend we'll probably take a peek just so we can start prepping for who we might be playing. But obviously the more you win, the better chance the better seed you're going to have, and the better matchup theoretically you're going to have. So just trying to get better and worry about the stuff that we can control. And right now it's our practice this week and our prep for Friday and Saturday, and next week it'll be the same thing. Get better, and worry about the teams we're playing. So I think you've got to ask that question, and I'm sure our guys think about it more than I do, but it doesn't really come into play at all for me.
What are you expecting to see from Augustana and Wayne State this coming weekend?
Yeah, I think both those teams are play a little bit high tempo and are pretty good at playing high tempo, especially at home. I'd expect that. So we've got to be really sound in our shot selection and our defensive transition. I think both those teams play really hard as well. So just intensity level, I think, especially on the road, you've got to win the energy battle to win on the road. We did that last weekend. We got to find a way to do that again this weekend. And I think those are teams that have been a little bit like us in some ways, that they've been streaky at times this year, both good or bad. So getting off to a good start on their building, and making sure we're kind of growing our confidence and taking a little bit of the energy out of their crowd. So I love the way we prepped last week and the way we traveled and everything we did as far as going about our business on a road trip. And I'm actually excited to do it again. You love to play at home, and I love to play in the dome and that stuff, but sometimes that routine on the road can be good as well. So we'll follow the same routine we did last week and hopefully have the same result.